Browning. Yet love, mere love, is beautiful indeed, and worthy of acceptation. Fire is bright, let temple burn, or flax and equal light leaps in the flame from cedar plank or weed. And love is fire, and when I say at need, I love thee, mark, I love thee. In thy sight I stand transfigured, glorified aright with conscience of the new rays that proceed out of my face toward thine. There's nothing low in love. When love the lowest, meanest creatures who love God, God accepts while loving so. And what I feel across the inferior features of what I am doth flash itself and show how that great work of love enhances nature. Elizabeth Barrett Browning wrote during what became known as the Victorian Era. She is probably most highly acclaimed for her Portuguese
Emergency!
sonnets.
We need more Elizabeth Barrett Browning staff! How do I love thee? Let me count the ways I love thee to the depth and breadth and height.
Yes, Poetry Boy, we're all well aware that Sonnet 43 is her most famous poem, but we're not doing that one this time. Instead, we're going to present a very different facet of her work. Ringo, lay down a Greek mythology groove for us. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. A Musical Instrument by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. 1. What was he doing, the great god Pan, down in the reeds by the river? Spreading ruin and scattering ban, splashing and paddling with hoofs of a goat, and breaking the golden lilies afloat with a dragonfly on the river. 2. He tore out a reed, the great god Pan, from the deep cool bed of the river. The limpid water turbidly ran, and the broken lilies a dying lay, and the dragonfly had fled away ere he brought it out of the river. 3. High on the shore sate the great god Pan, while turbidly flowed the river, and hacked and hewed as a great god can, with his hard bleak steel at the patient reed, till there was not a sign of a leaf indeed, to prove it fresh from the river. 4. He cut it short, did the great god Pan, how tall it stood in the river, then drew the pith like the heart of a man, steadily from the outside ring, and notched the poor dry empty thing in holes as he sate by the river. 5. This is the way, laughed the great god Pan, laughed while he sate by the river. The only way since gods began to make sweet music they could succeed. Then dropping his mouth to a hole in the reed, he blew in power by the river. 6. Sweet, 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 O Pan, piercing sweet by the river. Blinding sweet, O great god Pan, the sun on the hill forgot to die, and the lilies revived, and the dragonfly came back to dream on the river. 7. Yet half a beast is the great god Pan, to laugh as he sits by the river, making a poet out of a man, the true god sigh for the cost and pain, for the reed which grows nevermore again, as a reed with the reeds in the river. Last show, when we presented Michael Mark's Poetry and Music, Contemporary Poet Saturday was so well received that we've decided to make it a regular part of our posting schedule. And we're still trying to figure out who our next featured contemporary poet is going to be, though.
I forgot to tell you, we found the perfect poet for this Saturday.
Oh, terrific. Who is it?
It's my pleasure to introduce Nadrag Alopik.
Wait just a minute. This Nadrag Alopik looks suspiciously familiar. I told you, Poetry Boy, we'll get to your poems later.
What? I look nothing at all like Nadrag, who is very much his own person.
My apologies. Now that your hat is on, I can see that you are definitely not Poetry Boy. Thank God. Hey, Nadrag, could you do us a favor? The writers we'll be featuring on Contemporary Poet Saturdays in the future could use some real-world examples of different possibilities for how their work might be presented. Would you mind if we experiment a bit with your poetry? Thanks, Nadrag. On our next show then, we'll be featuring Nadrag Alopic's poetry in music. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you on Contemporary Poet Saturday.